Imagine telling everyone you're pregnant. Your fiance believes you. Your friends celebrate you. Your social media is filled with ultrasound photos, baby updates, and excited about a child that's supposed to arrive any day. But there's one problem: none of it is real. And when the truth is about to come out, prosecutors say one woman made a horrifying decision. If she couldn't have a baby, she would take one. This is the case of Taylor Parker.
And thank you for joining us. We are the True Crime and Wine Couple. I'm Pete. This is Mary. Make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video. We will go over the wine that we're drinking, say a little bit about that. And if you like what you hear, make sure you subscribe and leave us comments.
And I should start by saying that we're doing the case of Taylor Parker. We're doing a deep dive into it because the show Maternal Instinct started last night came out yesterday on Netflix, and we have watched it, and we're going to go over the case and give you a review of what we thought of the show.
Right.
On October 9th, 2020, 21-year-old Reagan Simmons-Hancock was murdered inside her home in New Boston, Texas. Her unborn daughter, Braxlyn, was also taken in what investigators would later classify as a fetal abduction. Within hours, the case would spiral into a national headline because the truth behind it was almost unimaginable. Taylor Parker lived in Texas with her fiancé, Wade Griffin. To the outside world, she appeared to be building a normal life. She was active on social media, socially engaged, and maintained relationships with family and friends. But behind the scenes, Taylor was maintaining a very different reality. She was telling everyone she was pregnant, and she kept that story going for months. Taylor's pregnancy claim was not a passing lie. It was a sustained deception. She told her fiancé, family, and friends that she was expecting a baby girl. She shared ultrasound images, posted pregnancy updates online, talked about baby names, and participated in pregnancy-related celebrations that reinforced the belief that she was expecting. According to evidence presented at trial, prosecutors also showed that she researched pregnancy, childbirth, and infant care in detail to help maintain the deception. But as time went on, a problem became unavoidable. There was no baby, and the due date was fast approaching. Prosecutors later argued that Taylor felt increasing pressure as the moment of exposure drew closer. About 3 hours away lived Reagan Simmons-Hancock. She was 21 years old, married to Homer Hancock, and in the final stage of her pregnancy. The couple was preparing to welcome their daughter Braxlyn. Family members described Reagan as excited, loving, and focused on becoming a mother. Unlike Taylor's fabricated story, Reagan's pregnancy was real and nearly full-term. Taylor and Reagan were not strangers. Evidence presented at trial showed that Taylor had previously worked in photography connected to Reagan's engagement and wedding, meaning she had been within Reagan's social circle before the murder. That prior connection later became a key detail in the investigation. On October 9, 2020, Taylor Parker drove to Reagan's home in New Boston, Texas. She arrived under the pretense of picking up baby clothes. To Reagan, it appeared to be a normal visit. But once inside the home, prosecutors say Taylor attacked her. A violent struggle took place. Reagan was killed, and her unborn daughter, Braxlyn, was removed from her body during the attack. And according to the show on Netflix, it was horrible the way they said poor Reagan sustained horrible pain and suffering because of the way she had cut out the baby. Later that day, Reagan's husband, Homer Hancock, returned home. He discovered that his wife had been murdered and immediately realized something was wrong. Their newborn daughter was missing. At the same time, Taylor Parker attempted to convince others that she had just given birth and tried to present the infant as her own child. but the situation quickly began to unravel. The baby, Braxton Hancock, was recovered alive after being taken from the scene. Emergency responders rushed her to receive medical care, but despite efforts to save her life, she did not survive. Law enforcement immediately began reconstructing Taylor Parker's movements. What they found dismantled her entire story. Digital evidence, phone records, witness statements, and inconsistencies in her account pointed toward deception and involvement in the crime. Investigators also uncovered the extent of the fake pregnancy. Months of claims, months of social reinforcement, but no evidence of an actual pregnancy. As the evidence built, Taylor Parker was arrested and charged with capital murder. At trial, prosecutors argued that the murder was directly tied to the fake pregnancy. They alleged that Taylor faced imminent exposure and chose violence rather than allow the lie to collapse. The prosecution presented extensive digital evidence, timelines, and witness testimony linking her to the crime. Reagan's family also gave emotional testimony, describing the devastating loss of a daughter, wife, and newborn child. The courtroom was heavily impacted by the emotional weight of the case, as you can imagine. In October 2022, a Texas jury found Taylor Parker guilty of capital murder. In November 2022, she was sentenced to death. The verdict marked the end of the trial, though legal appeals have continued, as is common in capital cases. So,
I was not familiar with this case at all. Like, I knew nothing about it till we sat down and watched that show last night.
yeah, I had only heard of it and saw it.
I mean, I'm
something
surprised it
briefly.
wasn't I'm surprised there wasn't more about it when it happened, because this is insane.
Well, back in 2020, you weren't all over Zitter
No, I wasn't.
looking for crime. So,
But I mean, you were.
I was, yeah. I knew, I had heard about it. Well, there was another similar case that there was a show on Netflix about. They talked about how people keep secrets in a small town, and a woman went to another woman to purchase a puppy, and she took the baby from the woman there
Right.
too. So there was a similar case that was on Netflix.
I was not impressed with the documentary itself, with the Netflix. Well, first of all, it fooled me. I was totally, like, when you watch it, the way they set it up.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, should I give a spoiler or should I not? Let me just say I was very confused in the beginning, and it took me till about halfway through to figure out I was confused.
Until I told you I researched the case and what was going on.
I mean, it was, and it focused more on her,
on Taylor,
than it did on the victim. There wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't like that about it either.
Yeah, and it moved kind of slow, so I didn't think it was very good.
It wasn't gripping like the Mackenzie Shirilla one, was it?
Not at all. No, the Mackenzie Shirilla that kept you engaged the whole way through.
But one thing it did show, and showed well, was how deceptive this woman was.
Oh yeah, well that was the whole document. I mean, that was the whole
basically
movie,
how she deceived everybody.
And it was insane, the lengths that she went to and some of the things she did. It was.
She didn't even have a uterus.
No.
And shout out to HIPAA, because nobody could find out. Nobody that was remotely related to the case, except remember that one woman, did she work in the doctor's office?
She worked in the doctor's office. I think she stepped over a line there, but
and she admitted to it on Netflix,
which was kind of stupid.
But she basically said, "Go with your gut."
Yeah,
she told.
And then the doctors calling hospitals and putting them on high alert, because he knew. First of all, what I don't understand is why was the clinic that she used to go to, where she had her hysterectomy, where she had all these procedures done, why were they following her on Facebook? That made no sense to me. So that's where they got all this clinic that was raising all these alarm bells, was getting off of her posts on Facebook. Why were they following her on Facebook?
And then I pointed out that two people I work with are Facebook friends with their gynecologist.
Yeah.
I am not one of them, but yeah.
But
everybody loves this dude though. Dr. Nikki, his name is. And they follow him on Facebook.
But does he follow them?
He follows them.
Well,
yeah,
see, that's just
they're
weird.
friends on Facebook.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, this case is insane. It really is. And now she is the youngest female on death row in Texas.
Right.
She'll go through all of her appeals and she'll be put to death because they're not going to overturn this. There was no reason to.
And not only did she deceive this poor guy and his family about the pregnancy, but she said all this money was coming, right?
Yeah.
And the guy bought all kinds of stuff.
And
their car got repoed, right?
The car got repoed. She's trying to buy like $10 million properties in Oklahoma. So she's got the real estate company on
so
the
if it's $10 million in Oklahoma, it's a lot of property.
Well, yeah, it was like 1,700 acres.
It was, not being that type of person, being a more honest, genuine person.
It was insane.
You just can't even fathom how that woman deceived and lied to everyone.
The funny thing is, though, there's this one scene where they're like showing her talking and bragging about all the stuff she's going to do, and it's at Christmas. So all of his family's like all there. And, these are all like, they're farmers and, that kind of people.
Yes, very blue collar people. Yeah. Very blue collar, simple people.
But if you look at the one dude on the couch, like he was a younger dude, probably in his late 20s, early 30s. You could tell he was like rolling his eye. He was having none of it. He was not believing one single word that was coming out of this chick's mouth, but he wouldn't say anything. But you could just tell. He's wearing, if you watch the show,
this guy
he's on the couch.
He's like the comic relief.
No, not this guy.
Oh, not this guy.
It's a different guy. So they're on the couch. He's at the end of the couch. He has a red baseball hat on. Just watch his face. You could tell he doesn't believe a word she's saying.
And when they found out, it was pretty darn late. And the husband.
When they found out when she was in the hospital.
But they were on to her before.
The other people were.
Yes, the other people. Yeah.
But nobody was believing them either.
And the fiance wasn't believing anybody, right?
And they're getting in a fight. Then whatever that dude, the guy that you liked, him and
there's this one guy who's on there.
Fight
He's complete. They needed him though. They needed some kind of comic relief for that.
He could have his own show.
He totally could.
He could have his own show.
I said if he was on YouTube, I'd watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, you just can't even believe. I have watched 13 full seasons of Deadly Women, and she might be one of the most deceptive women I have ever seen a story about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I wasn't paying really close attention because I'd already researched the case.
Yeah.
I was playing Candy Crush while it was on. So it just, if you're into crime, would you even say it's worth a watch? I would just read about the case.
I would read about the case. I wouldn't even waste my time watching it.
And there's court footage. You can watch Taylor in court. Yeah. You could, so you could do that.
Or do me a favor and watch like the first 20 minutes of it and tell me if you were as confused as I was. Because I was totally. I thought Taylor was the victim. Like, knowing nothing about the case, so I didn't even know the names, so I thought she was the victim. The way they were portraying her and the way they were doing, like, they were focusing on her like they should have been focusing on the victim.
I agree.
And the way she looked when in the police footage, because they have the police footage of them pulling her over with the baby in her lap, she looks nothing.
No, nothing.
Looks like two different people between that video, the police coverage, and the video of her, that they show at the beginning. So it looked like two different people.
And who the hell's driving down the highway with the baby with the umbilical cord attached in their lap?
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't consent to I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, but yeah, it's.
What I would do if
she was holding on to that lie to the very end. Like to the point where they bring a doctor in. to do an examination to prove, to see if she was, if she recently had a baby. And that doctor was a piece
Even
of
the
work too,
doctor
wasn't
was
he?
like, WTF, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, that doctor was a piece of work.
What is worth
I don't
watching?
think she was pregnant.
I
Not she's not that she wasn't. I don't think so.
What is worth watching, I will say, is the court. They do have the courtroom footage of it, and I watched a little bit of that, like part of the trial and stuff. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see her on the stand. It's up to you if you want to
I'm
watch
going to
it.
say if you like the Mackenzie Shirilla Netflix show that just came out a little while ago, you're probably going to be disappointed in this because
Absolutely.
it's not as well done, I don't think.
I agree. So I'm going to do my final thoughts, and then we'll talk about the good part, the wine.
Yeah, there we go.
What makes this case so disturbing is not just the violence, but the level of sustained deception leading up to it. A pregnancy that never existed, a victim who was real, and a crime that destroyed multiple families in an instant. Today, the case of Taylor Parker and Reagan Simmons-Hancock remains one of the most shocking fetal abduction murders in recent American history, and it leaves behind a question that still lingers. How far will someone go to protect a lie? And if they go farther than Taylor,
I don't think you can go farther than
that's
Taylor,
pretty darn insane. And now the good part, the wine.
The wine, yes. So we are drinking a Catawba from Montezuma Vineyards, which is one of your favorites.
My favorite winery of all time.
And you would think that this is going to be on the sweeter side.
Catawba is usually very sweet. Yeah. It's
this
as close to.
This is pucker dry.
That's probably why we got it, because it's a dry Catawba, right?
Yeah, but it is excellent. And if you're ever up in the Finger Lakes, this is a really cool winery, and they have a lot of different wines up there. They also have a distillery, so there's a lot going on.
And such good fudge and some good flavors. The fudge is the bomb.
Yeah.
It used before they've recently renovated it. Yes, I kind of liked it.
I liked it the old way.
You liked it the old way too, yeah. But they also have really good snacks.
Well, this family that owns this, the Martins, they own like 4 or 5 different wineries up in the Finger Lakes.
Oh, they do.
They have that distillery that we went to where I ruined the shirt.
Exactly.
That's one of theirs too.
Oh, that's one of theirs too. Pete likes to ruin a lot of shirts.
I'm good at that.
But it's a great winery. And remember, we got that charcuterie board there. That was really good. That was fantastic. Yeah. And they have great fudge and great snacks, and they sell merch too.
Lots of merch now. With their new.
And I like so many wines there. I like so many of their wines. So if you ever get a chance to check it out, Montezuma Winery. It's at the very top of Lake Cayuga, right? In the Finger Lakes?
Yeah.
It's on Cayuga Lake in the Finger Lakes.
All the way at the top.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, nothing else at all.
If you enjoyed this episode of True Crime and Wine Couple, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what case you would like us to cover next, or what show you'd like us to cover next.
Yes.
And as always, stay safe, lock your doors, and drink your wine at home. And we'll catch you on the flip side.